What's up everybody, NFX here with another tutorial. This tutorial I'm going to talk about an effect that's called, actually I don't know the technical name for it, I just call it a reverse delay effect. And it's basically an effect that I'm sure we've all heard it before. It sounds like kind of like an oncoming sound. It builds, it builds, it builds. It's kind of a stutter that builds, and then the sound completes, it takes off. And it could be done with vocals or an instrument or something like that. And I'm going to play an example right now of what I'm talking about before I show you how to do it, so that you understand this reverse delay effect.
Check this out.
Okay, so now the effect, as you hear it, I have a vocal like this.
Check this out. Check this out.
And then the effect is the build-up of that. Listen again.
Check this out.
That build-up is what I'm gonna show you how to do. It's really easy and really effective to give some kind of a sound, that extra punch, or even a spooky quality, because you can do some tricks with it and make it build up quickly or build up slowly, and get different kind of feelings from it. But the way I'm going to show it to you, it's really easy. I'm going to bring up a pattern, and in this pattern I have a channel, sampler channel with the vocal part that I want to apply the effect to. Okay, so now I'm looking at the wave file, and you can see the wave data down here.
Take this out.
It says take this out, and what I'm going to do is edit it. And I'm going to go into FL Studio's editor, because it's going to be a really easy edit procedure. So there it says, there's my waveform. I know that this part here is the word take. So all I'm going to do is remove the rest of the wave file. I'm going to cut it. I'll play it just so you can see.
Take.
And then I'm going to do a save as. And I'm just going to put it in a temporary folder for now, and I'm just going to call it like Voc Take. I'm going to hit save, and it's done. When I close this, it's going to ask me if I want to use this new file that I've created, and I'll say yes. And then I'm going to, so now all I have in this channel is the take, okay? I'm going to turn off the loop because I don't want it. I'm going to reverse the sample. And then I'm going to go to the function tab, and I'm going to basically give it some echo. I'm going to give it as much echo here as I can, which is 10. That's the highest I can go. On the time parameter, I'm going to move this down, and I'm looking over at my status bar so I can see the numbers there, but I'm going to set this to 1. And then the feed parameter, I'm going to set it to about 80%. Okay, so now when I play this pattern, you can hear it echoes out. It kind of echoes down. But in addition to that, I'm going to go to an effects channel, let's say channel 7, and bring that up. And over here I've put a fruity reverb effect in here, and I've selected a preset called Cathedral. Okay, and now that the sound's being routed through here, you'll hear that the sound has the reverb on it. Okay, and remember, it's still reversed, so that's how we want it. Now what I need to do is I need to save this. I need to export this thing. So what I'm going to do is hit Control-R, which is to export as a WAV file. You can also get to it from the file menu, and I'm going to go into my temp folder, and I'm going to call this Voc Take Lead In. Okay, and then I'm going to hit save. Over here in this section, you can export it to whatever quality you want. but the important thing here is you want to say cut remainder. In this case, I know I have exactly 1 bar in that pattern. And when I export it, it's going to give me an exactly 1 bar wave file. And that's what I want. So I'm going to hit start. And the way you export a single pattern is just put your play mode into pattern mode, and it'll just export the 1 pattern that's going to play. Okay, so now I have that, and I don't need this anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to load in my original, and I'm going to load in my original with the whole take this out.
Take this out.
And then I'm going to load in my new one. So I'm going to say insert sampler, bring that up, go to load. There's my take lead in. There it is, no problem. And I'm almost done. The next thing I want to do is I want to just increase this to a 2-bar pattern to make it easier to show you what's going to happen. So I want the lead in to play here for 1 bar. And then after it leads in for 1 bar, I want it to actually say take this out. So that's why I'm setting my step sequencer that way. Over here in my lead in, well, now I can reverse this back. And when I reverse it back, you can hear that it's now saying take. We don't need this to loop, so I'm going to turn that off. I don't need this one to loop either. And now I'm going to play this pattern back for you.
Take this out.
Okay, and
Take this out.
you might need to tweak the volume a little bit just to get it to kind of match better when it goes over. So you know there's how you do it. It's really easy.
Take this out.
Now you could also do something like take this thing and then tell it. Right now it's stretched to 1 bar. You could say stretch it to 2 beats, which would make it play twice as fast. And then if you even tell it to keep the tone, you get like a double speed. So then you could even put take this out right there.
Take this out.
And you know, get an even faster build up if you needed it faster. And you could do the reverse, get a slower build up if you wanted it. Now the slower the build up, the kind of the more spooky and ethereal it sounds, and like I said, you can do this with instruments, you can do it with vocals, sound effects if you wanted. You can really get some interesting sounds, anything from just cool and you know, and kind of intense to creepy and freaky. It really depends on the effects that you apply when you render the lead-in sound. Because all I put was some reverb on it, but I could have put some flanger, some you know, some other effects, some distortion, some whatever, you know, some chorus. You can do all kinds of things to the sound, render it. When you reverse it back, all those effects that you put build up and build into the sound and can give it something extra. So anyway, there you go. There's how you do the reverse delay effect. Really easy, really simple. Don't overdo it, but now if you need to do it, you know how. By the way, this can be done also in just about any audio editor, using the same principles that I've shown you, by reversing, by cutting the beginning of the sound, reversing it, making the effect with delay, then rendering it, re-reversing it back, and using it as your build-up. Steps are the same. You could do it in Audition. You could do it in Audacity. You can do it in anything. I'm just showing you in FL Studio because it's really convenient for me to do that this way. So anyway, enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys in the next tutorial.